So, breaking news for you, Gary Neville has been banned from the City Ground this Sunday. Hold that. Good morning, good evening, or good night. I hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news. And boy, do I bring this news to you with a massive smile on my face. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new here. There's my pre-match video. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave it on the end screen. And also, we had the final run-in with the rest of our YouTube mates talking about who's going to win or end up in the top 5. So go check that out. That'll be on the end screen as well. Right, let's get into this news. And this really has cheered me up. This has fired me up for this weekend because Gary Neville has been banned from the world famous. Hold that, Gary Neville, you absolute scumbag. This is well overdue and well deserved. So let me talk you through the article and then I'll explain all for those of you who just hearing it. It is understood, let's start from the beginning actually. Sky Sports have been forced to change their plans for coverage on the final day of the Premier League after Forest took the extraordinary step of banning Gary Neville from the City Ground. Neville, Sky's lead co-commentator, had been due to provide commentary on the crucial clash between Forest and Chelsea, with both sides looking to book their place into the Champions League next season. But the broadcaster was subsequently informed that the former Manchester United and England fullback have been denied accreditations for the fixture and would therefore not be welcome to attend. Moment of applause for my club. Moment of applause. It is then understood that Sky have decided to revise their plans, this is the interesting bit, and will now present the game from their studio in West London, though Neville will not be part of their coverage. The 50-year-old has decided to no longer work on the game, a decision supported by his employers. There will be a standing commentary team at the ground. Neville has been critical over Forest and Marinakis recently, following the Leicester 2-2 draw. Forest then went on to defend the Marinakis thing with Taiwo. You guys all know that story. So that's the news. That makes me really happy. That makes me feel more excited about the game on Sunday and like 0.5% less nervous. Gary Neville cannot attend on Sunday. Good. Now he has come back with his own statement because Gary Neville, this important figure in the world of football, this failed manager at Valencia, this guy who's failing at Salford, this guy who is an absolute joke and thinks he knows everything about football, he took to LinkedIn and he put out a message. And I quote, he says, I was contacted by Sky Sports earlier on in the week and told that I would be commentating on the City Ground on Sunday for Forest versus Chelsea. I was informed yesterday by Sky Sports that Nottingham Forest would not give me an accreditation or access to the stadium as a co-commentator. Hold that. I have no choice but to withdraw from the coverage. I've dished out my fair share of criticisms and praises in the last 14 years of doing this job, and I've never come close to this unprecedented action. Personally, I think it's disappointing that a great club like Nottingham Forest have been reduced to making such a decision. Whilst they have every right to choose who they let into their own stadium, it's symptomatic of things that have happened over the last 12 months with the club. I wish the coaching staff, players and fans of the club all the best in their quest to achieve Champions League football. Okay, Mr. Sour Grapes there has said a lot of things that need to be unpacked. So, firstly, he's a crybaby. Let's be real here. Could you imagine, like, if you're going to a meeting for work and it's with a client or with another company that you have a little bit of beef with, and they call your boss up and they say, look, we want to do business. We want to get this deal over the line, but, you know, just don't bring, let's call this person, as an example, Gary. Don't bring him with you and let's finish this deal off and what have you. And then you say to Gary, look, to this so-called Gary, say, you go work from the office, right? Main office, headquarters. You stay there, do the work because we still pay you. And then we'll get the deal over the line. We can continue on. Could you imagine that so-called Gary person turning around and saying to their bosses, saying, no, you know what? This deal is off. I'm throwing my toys out the pram. I'm not working. You can do it without me. That's grounds for being fired as far as I'm concerned. So that's one thing. The other thing is that what he said at the end. Now, look how specific he was. I wish the coaching staff, players, and fans of the club all the best in their quest for UCL. Did he wish the owner? Of course not. This guy is so petty that he's deliberately trying to not wish Marinakis success by wishing the rest of the people success. By the way, he hasn't said the manager there. I guess coaching staff would cover that. Now, and the other thing he has said, he goes, I think it's disappointing that a great club like Forest has been reduced to this decision. Whilst they have every right to choose who they let into their own stadium, it's symptomatic of things that have happened over the last 12 months with that club. What he's not saying is symptomatic of what he said, that things have happened like this in the last 12 months at the club. He's completely ignored the fact, the point about his comments after the Everton match, where he said, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember it, mafia this or other about Marinakis. He's ignoring the fact that he was told to apologize for those comments because Forest took it serious and legal. And he's ignoring the fact that when it suited him, he hid behind his employers at Sky and said, I'm not apologizing. You can release a statement on behalf of, Sky saying that this is the apology. So this guy is so petty that when he was in the wrong, when he crossed the line, he couldn't come out and say sorry, as Elton John said. Sorry seems to be the hardest word, and it damn well is with Gary. So why does he think, for a person who was legally basically told that he had to apologize and didn't directly, and then decides to release that tweet that he did the other week after the Villa match, where he said scandalous from the Forest owner directly at Marinakis, Nuno should go and negotiate his exit tonight with him. The Forest fans, players and managers do not deserve that. So he thinks he can then come out and say that. And by the way, this is the guy who doesn't, according to him, call for managers to be sacked, right? Let's just get that clear. He said it before, when he's been put under pressure to talk about Manchester United, when they had, even go back as far as Jose Mourinho, Oli Solskjaer, who's his buddy, when it came to Oli Solskjaer, he was never there saying, oh, Oli should be sacked because he's so crap. And look what he's done at United. Oh, they lost 4-1. Even when they think they lost 4-1 to Watford, he still wasn't saying anything. But he thinks, because this club isn't his beloved Manchester United, that he can meddle in the affairs, break and contradict his own rules about talking for managers to be sacked, and say that Nuno should exit, negotiate his exit. Who the hell does he think he is? So for me, well done, Forest. Well, you know what? They need to go a step further. Lifetime ban for him. Lifetime ban for him, because I can't stand him. And I hope to God that they give him a lifetime ban. What do you guys think on this? Have Forest gone too far? Is Marinakis being petty? Because let's face it, the order would have come from the Greek father. Or do you agree with it? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. Go check in the important bit here. I'll leave it on the end screen. The build-up, Forest versus Chelsea, because what happens on the pitch is way, way more important. Go check out my preview there, and then go check out the running if you're after some more content. We will see you tomorrow on the next video. Come on, you Reds. Champions League incoming.